If you are experiencing heaviness or sadness around a decision that needs to be made, this tarot card reading is for you. I have good news first. I have been sitting with Spirit here and I distinctly got, have courage, dear one. So let's start with that. Okay. And I went ahead and pulled some cards, and I got, the very first card I got was the Four of Wands. Okay. So this is good. This is good already. I felt this sense long before I even sat down for my meditation, just this sense of heaviness and heaviness and sadness surrounding. Heaviness surrounding. Maybe it was just heaviness. But I experienced sadness before, this feeling. But heaviness and sadness surrounding whatever this decision that you're needing to make. And that external expectations are sucking the wind out of you. So I don't know if for some of you there's some sort of external expectations on you that are making it really hard to make this decision. But it needs to be made. And it really feels like with it, you are deciding to whether or not to complete something. And I got the Destroyer card to essentially destroy something. And I got completion. But you were destroying to create something. I got this, the Painter. And it felt like you were creating with this decision, even though it is heavy and it is sad, you're creating something new. You're going to allow for the Four of Wands in your life. Okay? For that harmony, for that celebration and joy and purpose. So we're going to get into this. I created a spread specifically around asking questions around this. So we're going to ask, what decision are you facing? Where are you externally seeking permission here? What fear is complicating this? The truth you know, what you don't see coming, and any additional advice from Spirit. All right. Let's get to it. Whew. As in all my tarot readings, I like to remind people that you are in charge of your life and you know whether or not these cards are meant for you and what action you actually need to take based off of them. Okay. So, decision you are facing. I think I'm going to go ahead and just start looking at this. Planning, making decisions. I got the Two of Wands, which is making decisions, planning. I distinctly this is a fire sign card, and in my prayer beforehand, really sat with the Spirit of Fire. And it's funny, I got a distinct message, and I don't think I wrote it down. And now I'm completely forgetting it. But I got a very distinct message. Alchemy and magic. Spirit, how is this the decision? I also got, even though I was feeling a lot of heaviness, while I was calling in the directions, there was this feeling of, usually I feel a lot of power come through my body. And this time it was very different than normal. And it was a distinct lightness or airiness of just, I guess, a different kind of heaviness. Metamorphosis. Okay. You're facing some sort of change where I think that you know it's going to lead. I mean, we got this magic, but it says alchemy. I think that you know it's going to change things. This decision is going to change things drastically. And you're having a hard time letting go of control. We got the King here. I think that you are wanting to control all aspects because you're worried of what the outcome will be of this decision. Okay, this got really sticky here. That you're going to be left with nothing. We got the empty room. Spirit, can we get some more information on what this decision, obviously it's going to be very different for everybody watching, but can we get some more information about this actual decision? The Mirror. You haven't been able to look at yourself clearly in this. There's a lot of fear around this, a lot of like wanting to control things because you're afraid that you're going to be left with nothing. Okay. I'm feeling 3 right there. And then I want one of these. Stand your ground. It's about take care of yourself and stand your ground about something. You're afraid of a lack of freedom. I got freedom in reverse here. There's just a lot of fear here that I'm feeling. But Spirit, what is this decision? A decision to change. A decision to change yourself. This is interesting. This is not what I expected. There's something of like a realization around yourself, a willingness to change something that you have recently seen about yourself, but you're still not wanting to see it clearly. Okay, Spirit, where are you externally seeking permission around this? Okay. You're asking others for ideas and trusting in their judgment. They're worried. Other people are worried that it's going to cause you to lose it all. I got the 5 of Pentacles. Others are judging this, where you are externally seeking permission. Yeah, others are judging something around. I feel like you have realized something incredible about yourself that you're needing to decide to take action on in your life. This is not at all where I thought it was going to go. Some sort of life force within you, but you're afraid to make an actual decision to go in that direction because either you've revealed this to other people and they're worried you're going to lose everything. It's a new idea. You have some sort of new idea around life or work or what you want to do. And others, you're either worried that others are going to have judgment around this, or yeah, we got air, just ideas. You've got to like go into the desert to light this fire where you are externally seeking permission here. I would say that if you are already talking to people about this and they're casting judgments and like constantly placing their worries on you, I would just set up a boundary and stop and trust. Take care of yourself, trust yourself in this decision about what to do. Or if you haven't yet spoken to other people, I would just, what I'm seeing in the cards is to keep it to yourself at the moment while you ignite this fire in your life to cause metamorphosis, and have strength around it. Yeah, I feel like you're looking to others for strength around this. Like you're not trusting yourself to make the right decision. And so you're looking to others to talk. You're hiding your true self. Yeah, and they're putting projection on you. It's like they're wanting, look at that. They're like wanting to paint the mask for you or be like, no, this is who you are. This is actually who you are. And you're like, no, I know who I am. You need to seek out new influences. And it might just be influences in yourself. But the external pressures of people who were already around you, I would just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Because they're worries, they care about you, and their worries are going to be there. But you know what you need to do. You know what you want to do so that you can live your higher purpose, right? There's some sort of decision that you need to do around this and to allow other people's fears. Yes, it's causing them to hide. You've got the mask again. I feel like both, you're allowing them to mask you, to mask who you really are. And it feels kind of comfortable for you. I think you're kind of used to that. You're used to just like shrinking back behind that mask and just listening to other people's judgments and decisions for you. Maybe that has been a past pattern for you. It's like they're like, oh, well, don't do that. That's too scary. You might lose everything. And you're just like, okay, I won't. But I think it might be time to take off that mask. Okay, what fear is complicating this, Spirit? Oh. You're going to lose their companionship and lose everything. I got the World and the Two of Cups. You're afraid you're gonna lose it all. Maybe this external person is somebody really close to you. I want to say your other half. And maybe they don't quite see you as brave, or you don't see yourself as brave. Or both. I think it's both. In the past, they've had you, and you have had you behind this mask of fear, so they're very fearful for you that there's going to be an upheaval, that this is going to cause too much, too scary. It's too scary. Okay, what else about this fear, Spirit? That's going to cause something bad. I got the sleeper I saw, cause and effect. It's going to cause that you're afraid it's going to cause a storm and kill everything. That's really real feelings. Very scary. I'm feeling such a low energy, I just need to say. Normally I feel this like intensity in a lot of my readings. The sustainer that you're going to lose. Yeah, I just keep seeing that you're just going to lose everything that sustains you. You're afraid of this. Someone else is afraid of this. And you're almost afraid, you might even be afraid that you're going to lose them. Some of you. Okay, so what is the truth, Spirit? What is the truth behind this? What do they need? Because that's big. There's a lot of fear here. So what do they need to know to have hope? This is the truth behind making this decision that you're so afraid about. That's the truth. Okay. The High Priestess. That is the truth. Okay, so all of this fear surrounding everything, I just looked down at the empty room. Again, I saw it in a different light where it's like that those are empty lies. There's a great change. This change is going to cause, you are the High Priestess here. There's something very powerful that you're not willing to look at, that's going to lead you to your purpose, to your Four of Wands. This is the truth. The star is on the other side of this decision. You as the High Priestess is on the other side of this decision. Your nourishment, your wisdom. You have nourishment and wisdom. And that's funny, that owl, I was going to wear these owl earrings, which are not these, but they kept like hooking onto my hair, and it felt like that really meant something. And I associated the owl with wisdom, which is what it's often associated with. And it was like the wisdom was like trying to hook onto me, but it was too uncomfortable. It was too uncomfortable. Perhaps it feels a little uncomfortable to step into this. It feels uncomfortable. It feels scary. It's uncomfortable for other people. Okay, what about how they're to relate to other people? I saw this cutting. And I don't think it's necessarily to cut them off. I think to cut off their expectations. To cut off accepting their help specifically around this. It only feels around this. I don't feel in this case like it's a toxic thing, or a toxic relationship or anything like that, that they truly care about you. They just haven't yet seen this part of you. But you need to keep this promise to yourself. I think you've already like internally have known that like you need to do this for yourself and you need to make this promise. And I heard you are the poet in this. Spirit, what does this mean specifically that they are the poet? What is the poet for themselves? Okay, that's too many. Let's try that again. Or what is the poet? Their inner sanctuary. Yeah, it's going within. Trusting your inner sanctuary as you make this decision. And that's this inner zen, your inner peace surrounding it. I'm getting a delivery right now. So maybe some of you are, and I just saw Winter's End, and I need to cover up part of that. Winter's End. Right as that package was delivered, that is the truth, that you are to have this rebirth. And it's by going within. What is this poetry within? I feel like the poetry is in, you're getting something delivered to you. And it's not necessarily a package. Receiving from spirit, an inner knowing through, it's not just poetry, but creativity. And I got creativity at the beginning with the painter. That's the truth of who you are. you're going to create something new for yourself by receiving this poetry, this creativity from spirit, from the divine to your inner self. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what you don't see coming. Spirit, what do they not see coming? And I want to say, I usually don't put times on this, but in the next 3 months, what do they not see coming surrounding this decision? The Tower. You're going to make this decision. And I'm coupling that with the Destroyer that we got at the beginning. I think you're going to have the courage to do it, despite these external expectations and fears. Like, this is a very positive Tower, because remember, what is on the other side of this Tower? We have the Four of Wands. Okay, we have your purpose. Okay, what else do we not see coming in the next 3? That's very positive. In the next 3 months, building new things. Building. We have the Tower. We have both the breaking down and the building. That's a lot in 3 months, but that's, and I love that I got a specific time frame like that. Because like I said, I don't normally have a time frame stick out. It's just kind of more general. Okay, that's too many, Spirit. Thank you. And I keep wanting to bring up how calm I'm feeling about this, even though it felt like this decision is so I want to say healthy. If this is a healthy decision, but I was going to say, even though it was heavy, the decision felt heavy. Maybe you now feel like, oh yes, this is healing. You're going to experience healing. This is a healthy Tower where you can rebuild something. And you're going to show these people around you. And it's not going to be in an energy of like, haha, I told you so. Look how amazing I am. But just your presence, I want to say. Just your going for it and believing in yourself. Having self-worth. That is going to it's simply going to be like this very calming, light example that these other people are going to be like, yes, Starborn, this new birth. I mean, this is just like, we have the Starborn, we have this balancing self-worth, seeing the fruit of your creativity, the fruit of your poetry, a lot of healing and building through the Tower, through this decision, despite other people's expectations. What a calm reading. It didn't seem like it would be calm based on the subject matter. Whew. Okay, can we get any advice from you, Spirit, to go into a little bit more? And if you are needing more courage or more delving into what's going on, I will link to another video at the end. Acceptance of this decision that you need to make it. Let's accept this decision. And I don't feel like it's accepting the actual decision, but that you need to make it. There might still be part of you, even after this reading, that it's like, I'm scared. But you know now what's on the other side, and you felt it inside already. That's how I was able to feel your spirit, to feel what's going on. Okay. Valerian. Acceptance. Valerian is a very calming herb. It's actually so calming, I don't use it. It makes me very sleepy. But it says intuitive order, loosening up, acceptance, embrace your imperfections and persistence. Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of a situation that might be overloading you with anxiety or stress. Remember, go easy on yourself and don't push yourself too hard to meet your goals. I'm just feeling, this is the calmness I've been feeling. I have been feeling the spirit of Valerian. So you may want to try working with Valerian. I would definitely look it up. I am a herbalist, but I'm not your herbalist. But at least you can work with the spirit of Valerian and sit with the spirit of Valerian in meditation. I want to say, if you look at that, this calming reality and acceptance around what you need to do. And I'm feeling an excitement almost of allowing yourself to be like, the Four of Wands is ahead of me if I make this decision. And every one that I think I'm going to lose, or everything that I think I'm going to lose, is still going to be there. Especially the people, they are simply going to see, and it's going to be a very calm experience. Just so calming. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that can embody moose energy. When we're overly analytical and judgmental in high trigger mode. And I feel like those judgments and analysis is almost those external ones, but you could be placing them on yourself as well. The message here is to take measure. Although your foundation can be established with great order, there is a certain amount of flow needed in order to enjoy creativity and growth. Back to that creativity that we talked about. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. I liked that. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. It's just time. It's time for this. All right. See you next time.